Hello, this is Solomon, and we're going to be looking at 3 games against Masta'sUgly. Very, salty player who hates one to depths. Anyway, so this player's always been high ranked. Like, they've had between like 40 or 50 and 70 for a while. Right now, they're actually just above 70. The thing is, though, I usually beat them. Right now, my score against them is 13-6. Which is just over a 66% win rate, and like my last 5 games I've won. Like my losses are from a while ago, so it's really funny because Arlu said he loses to this guy more than he loses to me. Which is kind of weird since usually in video games, at high level, people are just straight up better than other players, for the most part. But in Tooth and Tail at least, the phenomenon seems to be more expressed of this play styles affecting each other and how players play, playing a really big part as opposed to just being straight up better. Because I do not have a whole lot of trouble with this guy, but he manages to pull wins from Arlu and other top tier players, so it's very interesting. Anyway, this guy is stealing KSR from me, unfortunately, so I have to play Hopper. Running this deck. I don't play this guy super often though. Like I have a lot more games against say Meek and Protocam or Mochaccino. I'm not entirely sure what decks he usually likes to run. I'm running my standard deck, which I've slightly switching up, but that'll be in another video. The most recent evolution of this deck. And I swap out, if I'm not fighting lizards, I swap out barbed wire for mole. Because mole is a disgrace of a unit that makes the game super unfun. But it's so important for winning at high level, so. But that's another video. So yeah, doing this shit. See, this is going on. And you can't really play greedy like this if you don't have mines, or barbed wire, or moles, or MGs. Otherwise you're really opening yourself up to be punished, particularly on a map this close. But in this case I just also eco. Okay, now I'm attacking. Okay, so I've done this a lot more frequently. Like when I see a timing like this, like Warren, Expand, or like when I have 2 Warrens earlier, or the enemy only has 1 Warren, they go farms or something, particularly if it's a close map and there's no cabins in the way, I'll just move out like 4 or 5 drills, since I know I'm going to have the advantage. Unfortunately, I'm taking a ton of pig fire, and my commander actually dies. I could have killed, if I had microed that better, I could have killed 2 pigs. But unfortunately, I microed that awfully, so I'm like, well, fuck. I am behind in the economy right now since his pig's built sooner, so he has more food on the map. Our losses were, what, even? Just about? I think I lost one more skill even. So, behind right now, unfortunately. He's still ecoing up more. Going skunks and pigeons. I might start running skunks more. I've always kind of liked skunks, it's just I've always felt chameleons are just better, so. Especially in the early game like this, like Skrill Chameleon is just so strong early. Not as strong as it used to be, but still really strong. Yeah, I do have more army here. The skunk just got out, have more skrills. You can see the skunk is shooting at the chameleon instead of at the skrills. It's bad for him. I'm also killing the pigeons right there. Go ahead and knock out the skunk. Another chameleon comes up. Kill him big. Has his own chameleons, unfortunately. But I do kill his chameleon, which is very important. Yeah, so and it's very, very important to be killed here too. 60 feet is so much money. Like, it's so much money. Like, it's really a big deal to kill tier 2s. instead of letting him live at like 2 HP. Since it's not really apparent to less experienced players, but army losses really impact the pace of the game and how much food you have and whatnot. Like, if you take a bad fight, you'll just lose a lot of games because of that, depending on the map. Because you'll just be behind in the economy, since the food you're spending to rebuild your army is food that the enemies either spend on a tier 3 or building their own economy. And you're stuck rebuilding units, so it's really bad. But yeah, I got a really, that was a solid win. I mean, it looks like he did lose more. But I didn't really do enough damage to move out right away again. At least comfortably, in my opinion. This is another thing. The campfire. This is another thing I might switch. But I tend to stick with really heavy tier 1, even when it starts to get into the later game. Which is nice sometimes, but other times it's very not nice, like when I'm fighting a boar or owls. But I should probably really definitely try to go for more tier 2 heavy compositions sometimes. I can put an engagement here. And I have more army again. Yeah, this is just going off with him. Like, he has so many pigeons that aren't going to do anything against the Chameleon Falcon burst. And Skunks can't shoot up. Just going after his mill here. I'm regrouping. I don't really want to lose my Falcons. Okay, now I think it's right here. Or no, he disconnected. He left it disconnected, so we're not actually going to get to see an end screen on this, unfortunately. Yeah, he played really greedy going up 4 farms, too. Especially on a map this close, and again, he didn't have defenses, so... Oh, this was an interesting game. Running this deck again. It's been a very long time since I've ran Wolf. Like, I used to try it out way back in, like, say, March, February, but I kind of stopped. I just didn't run Boar, since Boar is so nice for timing pushes. Like, Boar is just really solid. Then I run Badger against Owls. And, of course, I always have a Fox deck, too, that I swap to sometimes. I myself pretty much never run Owl. Occasionally I'll try like a Boar Owl, like Fox Owl or Wolf Owl. Like, I'll try an Owl combination, but I never run Owl by itself. The player Adelphius, who hosts the Feast, he has his Tooth and Tail stream called. Let me go see what it's called real quick. Actually, on Twitch he's Tooth and Tail TV, but he gave me the idea. So he was commenting on my deck since I sit in one of my replays, and he said my deck is like the first 4 units are very good, like just very generalist solid picks that are good for pretty much any situation. Then you can use whatever tier 3 and whatever defense you want, which wasn't really how I looked at the deck in terms of these 2 units, since this deck's really like just a 2 base, like it's an early mid 2 base deck pretty much. That's the idea. Oh, lots of things are happening, but let's pause it so I can talk about my deck. So I got the idea, what if I actually kept these first 4 units but switched out to tier 3 and defense for other stuff? I mean, I'm probably like never going to switch out to defense unless moles. But the tier 3, what if I tried running Fox for this deck? Oh, you can't really run Badger with this deck since Badger out Pigeons is like very... What's the word I'm looking for? I want to say bad, since it is, but yeah, you basically need like literally perfect micro, since Badger 60 HP is not a whole lot. Like the Badger is very, very squishy for its value, or for its food cost. Even though like 64 HP is not enough for Battle Pigeons. I mean, you can't do it, it's just really hard. I wasn't running Owl with this deck. You could, but that's kind of cheesy in my opinion. But I am kind of tempted to try running Fox with this deck. Anyway, so yeah, he's playing greedy. Like, he just got out farms before I did. Like, and I put my warrants first, so I went to the push. And I ended up killing a farm there. Then I killed a counter attack. Although I only killed his farm since his army was out of position. Now I end up killing another farm here. Like, I am taking skill losses, but like I'm starting to get really ahead economically now. Especially since I'm on 3 farms on the second mill. And at this point in the game plan is just keep on repeating my skill attacks, since I know I can afford the losses and he can't as much. He's putting out skunks now. Defenses in his deck will be really nice here. Like, if he had barbed wire, he just puts like 2 barbed wire here and like 2 here, and I can't do anything. Or if he had mines. Or like just 1 MG right here, and 1 right here. Or like 1 right here and 1 right here. Not much. Dumps another push. Bit close. Definitely needed to work on sniping down the pigeons there. Then I see this guy, I'm like, well, that's not super awesome, but like I just have so much more economy and like so many skills, I figured I can just brute force my way through it. If he had 2 skunks, that'd be really bad, but like he has 1 skunk, which isn't a huge deal, really. And yeah, he just lost the skunk, so lost about equivalent army there. 6 farms ahead, so now we're throwing in lizards to help deal with the skunks, since the skunks will shoot at the lizards instead of the skills. His army is once again out of position to try to get a warren for free there, and his skunk isn't up yet. I mean, now it's up, but like he's already taken a night go kill the farm there. Regroup. And yeah, the game's over. Like, the skunks aren't gonna be enough to solve my economic advantage. Another assault. He's playing really greedy, which is kind of understandable since at some point if you're really behind, like you just need to play really greedy sometimes and help your enemy just attack in that time frame. Like sometimes that's the only option really. But yeah, he just dies. Oh yeah, this was a funny game. Speed up. It's interesting he has the map advantage. Well, no, he definitely has the map advantage since his 3 extra mills are much more tight and compact. Which, I mean, that's arguably can be a disadvantage. Like, if I had artillery and I put it right here, then I could easily contest both these mills. But outside of unusual circumstances, this map definitely favors him. Well, I decided to opt for... This map is a little bit far apart. I actually just go really greedy here. I put down a second warning in. Now here's where things get really interesting. He sells off all his farms and he goes for this mass grill. And I got the 8 farms. But it's really annoying. So he kind of starts attacking right away. Which he kind of needs to do since he's gonna guess I have barbed wire since I love running barbed wire. If I had barbed wire, like this, the attack couldn't do anything since skills versus barbed wire is pretty cool. If I also had moles, this would be like super easy to defend, honestly. So he has double my skills here, so I just resort to barbed wires to him. The funny thing is, he has to shoot the barbed wire actually, or else the barbed wire ends up building. Like he's trying to focus on my units, but now the barbed wire is actually building. Like you see, I was losing some skills there. Pretty they are getting damaged by the barbed wire. But yeah, he just can't. He doesn't like his skills are just way too far away. Like, and my extra war and protection starts kicking in. So he just doesn't have enough. Probably did lose more during that fight, but those are losses I can afford to take. Lost a ton of barbed wire during that actually. Barbed wire's spam is not really cost effective, it's more like desperate really. Defending. But then barbed wire, you spam it during the middle of the fight, the tank hits. Yeah, so now I know I should be going up the farms or something, and I have the economic advantage, so I'm just looking to keep on attacking them and keep them just lower eco, since I can afford losses and you can't. Yeah, like I take a lot more you take around similar losses. It's fine, put down that for again. I have more eco, so if we keep on taking even trades, I win. Or if I even take slightly more trades, I still win. Barbed wire. Barbed wire is actually very solid against skunk. I mean, barbed wire is very solid. He doesn't have to really use to deal with it. So yeah, this fight is dangerously close, actually. I mean, I just have so many warrants. And more eco. Like, look how supply blocked he is. Like, he's barely getting any food. If I kill this swarm, it doesn't work out. I'm putting down the barbed wire, which will make attacking foam really hard until he gets chameleons out. Yeah, this one, like, it's really hard for me to lose. Although it is skunks in a choke point, but I have barbed wire, so it's fine. And I figured I can hold, so I decided to do some lizard harass. Since I am, like, it's still tight terrain against skunks with Mass Tier 1, so I don't really just want to run in there again. Since he's gonna have 2 skunks up soon. Just getting some falcons out. Playing around with the lizards. Double falcon. Yeah, I ended up distracting his army, which gives me a little bit more time to start getting my falcons out, which is really nice. Yeah, I killed 2 warrens there, so I'm gonna get more, so. I keep trying some attack, that's just not gonna work. It's like way too much more for me. That is the end of this video.